Well, hello the new. It's only me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from Studio B here in the GIGGLE Mill in Haslingden, north of Manchester. Studio B has, as most of you will already be aware, as resident studio engineer, none other than that very famous sweet chap Adolf Apfelstrudel from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria. Adolf used to drive for the AA, but he had problems with the ladies, turned to drink and ended up being sacked and had to join Alcoholics Anonymous. So he was often referred to as AA from the AA, formerly with the AA from BB. During the WAR, Adolf was gruesomely wounded and therefore refuses steadfastly to appear on camera because he says it frightens the kids and he gets visits from the police. So, in addition, he's a strict disciplinarian and he refuses me more than 12 measly digital mega burgers per broadcast. And that's not enough to give me the opportunity of letting you see and hear my world-famously forgettable rendition of Nessun Dorma. Just occasionally, if he's in the good mood, Adolf will wave to the audience using his gloved hand. And it's such a thrill, and it's such an opportunity, once in a lifetime thrill, that every time he comes back from lunch and I'm on camera, I ask him if he's prepared to wave. Now he's just come in and he's staggering because I know he's been to the pub and I know he's probably had a few jars. Are you interested in waving to the audience today, Adolf? Well, I've got his attention. I need now to ask him, will you wave? The audience is desperate. What do you think? He says no. He said, I've had a skinful. He says, I can't face it. So we'll have to get on with our little tale, which is rather sad because it takes place in a house, and it's that'd be 6 o'clock. It's these oats, you know, they keep it so regular as a clock. In this house, this chap is dying. He's in bed, he's shivering and shaking, and he knows the end is nigh. His wife, she's sitting there knitting, and she looks at him, and then she looks at the clock, and then she gets back on with the knitting. Then she looks at him and back. And he said, oh, I'm dying, oh. He said, oh, it's agony. He said, oh. He says, it pains in my stomach, oh. So she looks at him and she says, it'll not be long. You'll soon be in the next world. So he's thinking to himself, blooming heck, she's blooming cheerful about this. So after a few more exchanges, and he feels he's getting worse, he thinks to himself, well, I'll knock the smile off her face, he said. So he says, you've been a good wife to me, he says, a bit frumpish from time to time, you know, a bit selfish, but I've got a confession to make. So she's knitting away there, and she looks at him and she looks at the clock, and she said, well, what is that? So he said, well, all my life, he said, I've been good to you, he said, but I've been unfaithful. He said, it's a secret, he said, I thought you'd better know before I go. He said, I slept with your 2 sisters many, many times. So she carries on knitting and she looks at him and she looks at the clock. He said, did you hear what I said? She said, of course I heard what you said. She said, I already know that. That's why I put the strychnine in you put in your tea tonight. Thank you and good night, folks.